What up? What up? What up? World? Bing! Let's go.
We back. This is a new endeavor, I would say, in a weird way.
This is exciting. The reason this is exciting is what?
The camera's right there.
What?
You don't have to yell.
I'm not yelling, Brandon. This is exciting because these are the type of videos in my downtime and yours. I don't know how I went through a phase over the last 6 months where I was probably watching, I don't know, an hour or two of these type of videos a day.
Yeah, I don't have that time with the 4-month-old, but yeah.
Yeah. I found time and made time. Like,
Sounds
seriously.
Sounds productive.
No, seriously. Even at the gym, like, I'd be on the treadmill watching, like, a true crime, like, in EWU, which is Explore With Us. They have a couple different channels. Anyways, so now I'm so excited that we're actually going to bring this to this channel because, again, these are just things that we find fascinating, things that are intriguing. A lot of it is informative. A lot of it is dark. We know that, but we're not the only ones because some of these videos are getting 20, 30, 50, 100 million views. So it's like, we know that there are others out there like us who watch this stuff. There's like an intrigue or interesting fascination with human beings.
Right.
In particular, I think from a psychological standpoint, being able to witness other human beings do kind of crazy acts from the safeness of our home is
entertaining.
It's a reason why people like reality TV.
Right.
But people only watch reality TV for the drama. Imagine if there was no drama. No, like, it wouldn't be entertaining. Think about if you watch, like, Love is Blind. You watch Love is Blind because you want to see, like, dude, when they finally meet each other, like, how you're like waiting for that awkwardness,
or the drama, the tea,
because we don't have to live through it, but being able to watch it is like an entirely, I don't know, just
it's crazy
situation. Let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb.
It's also like, without having to like Google it, we can say true crime is probably the most watched genre.
Right.
I don't know if it's globally or just in the US.
Globally.
And it's crazy because I would watch it on my own time at home, my significant other, whatever, he would watch it. We never talked about it.
Mm-mm.
We'd go about our days. He'd FaceTime me every day. We'd talk about other stuff. And then to have it all come full circle with identical reactions and be like, let's react to true crime. I'm like, what? Like, you have that passion to react to it. And then we found out how popular it is to everyone else. So hopefully you get to enjoy it with us. I've already mentioned it to a few coworkers and friends, and they're like, dude, I want to get on the show with you guys. I love true crime. Everyone I've talked to said, oh my God, I love true crime. It's crazy.
Yeah. And we are definitely going to still react to Rotten Mango. There's so many stories from her that we're going to react to. So if you've seen our Rotten Mango reactions and you're like, you have to keep reacting to Stephanie's stuff.
She's great, by the way.
We're not going to stop that. But we're going to be sprinkling in. There's a couple channels that we'll be pulling from most actively, but EWU is one of them. So let's start off with this video. So how we find these particular videos, by the way, is usually by popularity. So, and making sure that they're videos neither of us have seen, obviously, but we'll go to the channel and then we'll filter by popular, right? How many views do they have? This is like the third most popular, 11 million views, which is insane. It has 56,000 comments. We're not going to read any, but that's crazy. 56,000 comments, like a video. Anyway, so we're going to dive in when a child predator gets caught in the act. I mean,
yeah, and
we can kind of assume what it's going to be about.
But it's a setup.
But it's 44 minutes. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's like a sting operation or what, but I'm excited to dive in.
Same.
All right. Thank you guys for watching with us.
Appreciate ya.
And let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Let's dive in.
And I have never seen this, by the way.
Neither of us have.
Sorry.
Yeah.
There's clothes in the boys' bathroom and the bag. He changed his clothes.
I'm about to lose my points.
My kid shows up missing, and we didn't do anything or put him in a database. That's unacceptable.
Put your hands behind your back now. Okay. You kidding me right now? When police in Xenia, Ohio receive a call about a strange man claiming to be the parent of a young girl at a
He looks like Lil
kindergarten
Dicky.
ice cream social, they can't possibly imagine the twisted depths of the man's
Called to be a
motives,
parent
or
of a
what
little
lengths he will
girl.
go to conceal them and escape. The majority of the body
He
camera
looks smart,
footage
too,
in the following
but
video
not that
has never
smart.
been seen before, and information included in the video was obtained through actual police reports. On
I love
August
this.
22nd, 2022, St. Bridget
2
Catholic
years
School
ago.
was holding their annual orientation and ice cream social. It was a time for their students,
Catholic
preschool
school,
through 8th
too.
grade, to come in with their parents, get to know their teachers, and enjoy ice cream in a safe, welcoming environment. On this day, however, the environment was anything but safe, all because of one man.
He's the one they're after, but let's
After receiving a call that there was an unknown man posing as a student's father, several police officers raced to the quaint school and split into groups, trying to get to the bottom of the chaotic scene of frazzled teachers, furious parents, and terrified
Gosh,
children.
he looks so innocent.
Of course, the questioning begins with the strange man at the scene.
Dude, I'm already.
What's going on, man? I'm Officer Peters. What's your name, my man? What is it?
Reed.
Weed?
Reed.
Weed? As in like W-E-E-D?
Reed?
Oh, it is? Okay. So
What?
what are
Weed?
you here for today?
Weed is his name?
Hey,
Okay, that's a flag.
people thought I was here to, I guess, find someone's child.
Okay, he's...
I'm having a lot of psychological problems.
You're having psychological
Cap.
problems? What kind of psychological problems are you having? You like diagnosed with anything like that you know of or anything like that?
So, possibly, like, kind of, it's like a general diagnosis, but it's
Cap.
something that's gotten worse.
So what kind of psychological issues?
I love
What
that
are-
it's
what are
body
you-
cam.
In more of a description way, like what are you feeling? Paranoid. Do you know anybody here? You don't know anybody here? You don't know anybody?
Okay, hold on,
kids?
pause. So, I've watched enough of these videos to know the lack of confidence is like the biggest tell that this person is clearly in the wrong, right? Like, imagine yourself being an innocent dude.
I don't know if I agree with that statement.
Why?
Because some of the most brutal and serial type of criminals
Yeah.
are very premeditated, where they are so confident, they have these conversations down, they're like, oh, I was actually just in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And you would never assume.
Yeah.
So I think it could either be a coin flip. Either this guy wasn't prepared.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
You
That's
know?
fair. You think about like Ted Bundy or like
Jeffrey Dahmer.
people who can talk their way out of
Exactly.
situations. That's totally fair. I'd be curious kind of what the data shows, because someone like this though,
It is red flag.
It is
the
like-
cop better know, like, hey, this guy is not leaving.
if you're innocent, I just would imagine you would conduct a police officer approaching you in a different manner, like, hey, I understand what this may look like, let me explain.
Here to give you all the answers.
Instead, he's like nervous.
I have
So all these
psychological problems.
yeah. So I'm curious to see how this unfolds.
Something like that. Okay, you from Xenia?
Fairborn.
Fairborn area? How'd you end up here today then?
He's taking a
How'd you get
long
St.
time to
Bridget?
answer.
Well,
The suspect's hesitation and long breaks before answering questions is undeniably odd.
Mm-hmm.
But is it because of his self-proclaimed psychological issues, or is that just an excuse to give him time to come up with an innocent cover story for being at an
Yep.
elementary school?
Yep.
As you'll see, he has some trouble keeping his story consistent.
Fairborn area? How'd you end up here today then? Like, how'd you get to St. Bridget?
heading to a ER.
Okay, to GMA, like Green Memorial? Is that where you were trying to get to? Okay, how'd you end up here today? Like, did you walk from Fairborn, or like, how'd you get here?
Actually, drove. I drove.
You drove here? Okay, is your car
He's
here?
freaking me out.
The suspect is actually telling the truth here. His car is on school grounds, and what they will soon find in it is not only stomach churning, but brings to question what disturbing secrets could possibly lie in
What
this
is
man's
it? Don't tell me.
past.
Okay. Do you have an
Rope?
ID on you, my man?
The police officer looks over
Or,
the
like,
suspect's ID and confirms that his
kids'
name
underwear.
is Reed,
Oh.
not Weed, as he agreed
That's
when
what I
the
thought.
questioning began. He
R-E-I-D.
discovers that Reed is a 35-year-old native of nearby Fairborn, Ohio, and he has no arrests on his record, yet at least.
What
Or
drew you
what
to
if he has
come here? 'Cause
weapons?
I'm just going
Guns.
off of what I've heard so far. They're trying to get the more of the full story right now, but from what I've heard, you basically said that you knew a kid here, or you had a kid that went here. They asked you who that kid was, and you couldn't give him a kid name. And I'm trying to figure out why you're saying that.
They started to kind of say that I had a kid here.
So you came here, you
Dude.
gave a name with the J, right? Is what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
For what reason did you do that?
Just to be a part of the group.
Be part of this group here? Was it more or less?
Why?
Why did you want to be part of the group? Because obviously you said you're having some psychological issues, right? That you admitted to me. You said that you were trying to get the GMH, correct? And I'm taking that you drove by here and you saw everybody out here, correct? How do you? That's what I'm not understanding. So you drove here.
Doesn't make
correct?
sense,
And you're
dude.
trying
I'm
to get
so
the GMH.
confused.
But it's not making
Premeditated?
sense how you ended up here,
Or
and why
random?
you ended up here if you're trying to go to the GMH. So you
Kind of where my illness kind of starts stepping in.
okay? So you saw a group.
Don't use
and
that.
got
That's an
interested.
excuse,
Is that what
bro.
you're trying to say?
Like I just saw that a bunch of people were here and I said, well, I should come here and maybe feel welcome. I talked to some of the parents and with their kids with them and asked them what grade they were and stuff. So,
Okay.
yeah.
How many do you think you talked to?
Talked to a lot
Hmm.
of people today, but,
Just here.
just here.
Yep, just here.
Families.
Yeah, just like family members asking people about their kids and how old they were and what grade they were in, stuff like that. How many do you think you talked to?
Probably,
7? So you said 7?
yeah.
Okay, 7. So obviously, man, people are obviously a little worried.
A little worried is an understatement.
As of right
and for
now?
good reason. Firstly,
Okay.
there's the principal of the school, Mr. Atkins, who gives his own account of what occurred that afternoon that was meant to be a stress-free, peaceful event for his students and parents. The father and mother of the girl Reed Duran claimed to be the father of are behind him.
Into the building.
Oh, hell
he
no.
said he was the father of a daughter, so he was. It turns out it was his daughter. It's not his daughter. He has no relation here.
Dude, he looks like he would
Suspicion
murder
for,
that dude.
Information.
It's my daughter.
And I became suspicious. And so then I find out this was the real father. So we found him out here, and he's got a story about he's looking for his daughter, but he latched onto that name. We don't know if it's a coincidence, if he saw it posted, if he went to the desk, but also, very alarming.
That is coincidence.
I've got other parents who know my daughter and said they watched him watch her in the classroom and see a picture.
So we don't know why, but
What?
definitely.
It's kind of crazy they're just like leaving him just sitting there.
Right.
Dangerous.
Right.
He's sitting over there all like,
Alarming.
When we walked in here, today's check-in day. Okay. We walked up to the door and there was a line of adults. I looked at him. I said, "You can go in." I thought he was waiting for a wife or something, and he looked at me up and down and kind of smiled and went to say hi. I said, "Hey," stood over my daughter's desk. He told me that he saw her picture, stood over my daughter's desk, and had conversations with her teacher about, "I will get these. What stuff do I need?" She, "Where's your Kleenex? Where's your pencil? I'll get this. I'll get that. Are you the father?" "Yes."
He asked me, "Is this where the supplies go?" and pointed to the supply table.
Okay. And then, are you teacher?
Mom.
This is my wife, and we have a daughter. You go in kindergarten here. She's a kindergarten.
I said, "Who are you
oh
here
my
with?
god.
Related to?" He said, "My parents." So obviously, I'm thinking, well, this is weird. So, "Do you have a daughter here?" He said, "Yes." I said, "What's her name?" He hesitated, and finally he said, "JJ." I said, "Okay, what grade?" Went through that. So we walked down there to the kindergarten room. He started asking questions of the kindergarten teacher. Well, later, these are new parents. I didn't know them yet. So later I get introduced to them and I knew we got a problem because that was the name he was claiming.
The parents' and teachers' accounts of the events in the classroom turn Reed's already unbelievable motive for being at the elementary school into a downright impossible one. But can police get him to admit his real reason for being there?
Right,
I'm
what
starting
crimes
to
did he
get a
break so
little
far
frustrated because you're not
besides
being completely
trespassing?
honest. You walked into that school today sat behind a little girl and started talking to her. Didn't know anything about her, don't know anybody here, and you start talking to a little girl. What is that about? What
Dude,
is the
he's trying to
reason for
get her
that?
to be comfortable.
He wanted to snatch her up, dude.
Yeah.
Act with people, I guess. But yeah, I know it's not normal.
No. To say the words to better interact with people, and hear me out. And your way of doing that is to talk to little girls. Can you also see this right here? You see how frustrated they are? You see what I gotta go down through? I gotta calm them down. And the world that I live in, and the world that we all live in, and the way it's, like I said, schools are these days, with it's going on within schools, the little kids' schools, and you pull this,
Yeah.
your alibi of what you're saying makes no sense. I think you had your alibi. You had another attention here today. What is the real reason you came here? It's not here to be interact with people. I don't believe that. I don't believe that you just showed up here to show up here because you saw a group of people. What was the reason? What was
Is
the real
this what
reason
the
why you
cotton
came here?
act is, though?
I feel like
I don't know.
I live by myself and
I hope it gets better
spend
than
too
this,
much time
though.
by myself. So just again, I'm not doing very well psychologically. So I thought, hey, coming to a place that has where it's like, you know, like a family environment. But I understand it's like not normal at all.
You throw it in with adults with their families, and then you walk into a classroom using somebody's kid's name, and then you go stand behind that little girl and you talk to her
Dude.
and you ask her questions. I think your alibi of what your intentions were completely different of what you're telling me.
You interact with everybody, including kids.
Why kids? How old? What's your age?
35.
Okay, you're 35. Why you want to interact with little kids who are like, I'm looking at the age range of like 6 and like 10. Why?
Maybe because someday I might be a dad and it's going to be like around children would be like good for me.
It's kind
Wow.
of interesting because, like,
Those aren't terrible answers.
yeah, you kind of want to understand, like, there might be, let me pause, there might be, like, human beings who actually feel that way, who feel they,
But you don't go to schools and talk.
I know, yeah, this is not how you go about it at all.
And I want to know what they find in his car, because
Yeah.
they basically alluded to something.
Yeah. Because, like, you don't want to automatically jump the gun, right? Like, if we didn't read the title of this, if we didn't know that this was a child predator caught in the act, it's like,
True.
I would be watching this body cam with going, dang.
There's something wrong with this guy.
Maybe he's on the spectrum, right? Maybe he you know, hasn't had a normal social upbringing, and
He doesn't speak well.
or maybe he believes he's a kid. He's a lot younger than he really, you know, like I would want to give him the benefit of the doubt. Because we know what the title of the video is, it's like,
Right.
okay, we kind of go into it like, all right, this guy's creepy.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, anyways, I'm curious.
Fair point.
Yeah. All right.
Pissed off, man. That's his child.
Clearly, Reed's story on why he was at the school is crumbling before his eyes. To say the parents are angry is an understatement, and soon they will have even more reason to be furious with him.
I need something done.
If they find
with him,
photos,
and I would appreciate every information on him so I can keep tabs on him or something.
Sir, I understand you are very upset right now. All right, let's try to work through this.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So one thing, and like I said, I can't imagine what you're going through with this. But one thing I will ask you to do is just step towards the back of my car. That way you stop looking, because the more you stare at him, the more you're going to keep yourself worked up. All right. And right now, I want you to try to breathe and focus on.
But what's the procedure? What's going to happen?
damn.
So right now, I've already placed a call on my supervisor. He's going to give me a call so I can
I literally
run down
already
on
played this in my head. Like, would I just throw my
right
life
now
away,
we
pull out a gun,
have,
kill someone if they actually did something?
Pause. What?
If they actually did something to my kid, and I caught them?
Well, okay, that's totally different.
I'm just saying I played that in my head.
But that's playing that in your head is different than this.
I never said I'm playing this. I said I just played that in my head of a predator walking in and catching a predator. with my child, would I say, you know what, like,
well, first
this guy's gonna die, and then I'm just gonna turn myself in, and that's my life. That's wrapped up.
No, well, first of all, like, where are you walking in at? If it's in your home, and depending on the state you live in, you would actually have the right.
Or no, let's just say, like, no, I was anything. If my kid was missing,
yeah,
and it's been a few hours, and I somehow figure out a location,
yeah,
and I bust in, I'm gonna have a gun,
yeah,
and if I saw something and I knew my kid just went through something that will stay with him for the rest of his life in a bad way, I might take an extreme and just say, I don't care about the repercussions to myself.
Yeah, I think that's a normal thought to think.
I know. I don't know if I would act, and I don't ever want to be in that place in that situation. I feel bad for whoever has.
Yeah.
But I just can't help but think that as I'm watching this.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people do that. Like, what would you do in this situation?
Exactly.
Like, this guy's like hyperventilating, and I'm like, dude, would I rush over and just try to deck him?
Yeah.
But then what's that gonna do? I'm like, no, I want to kill this dude. Like,
Okay,
make it matter, or else.
Well, no, that's.
I'm thinking
See, I feel like you're jumping though. Like you're this guy's situation.
You don't know what it's like, dude. You don't have a kid.
I don't, but this guy's situation, there's no reason to like think about going to prison for the rest of your life and leaving their daughter without a dad by killing this dude. This dude has already crossed the line, but like,
well, it looks like there's more stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm being baited by this narrator saying he's about to have even more reason.
Yeah.
To be upset.
I would say like fighting for sure. Like it's almost before the cops even got there. If I'm
brass knuckles to the dome,
or just regular knuckles.
Yeah. Crowbar to the cheek.
No, this is all ending in prison time, Brendan.
I'll do a few years though. That's the thing, dude.
I would have probably gotten physical in some way, shape, or form. If a dude was talking to my daughter, and it was in this same situation, like I would confront him and probably like throw him out and like, what the hell, I don't know. Depending, like this is all based on the information we've been given right now, which just screams predator. So, all right.
Smash a rock on the head. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and hit play, dude. I need to see this out. I'm not crazy, by the way, guys. There's
attempted kidnapping. I mean,
GVG.
No, ma'am.
Yeah.
No. So you guys walk this far
without trespassing.
Trespassing, yes, we can.
Yeah.
So we can trespass him from the property.
For sure, he's trespassed. Yes.
We will type up what we can. Unfortunately.
So he hasn't broken any
my
laws
kid
yet.
shows up missing,
other than
and we didn't do anything or put him in a database. That's unacceptable.
It's not
it's
that
true.
you're not
That's
doing
fair.
anything, ma'am. We are here. We're trying to work through this as best as possible. But we have to work within the confines of the law, and there has to be certain elements of crimes.
Okay, that's fair too.
That's where I take shit in my own hands.
Do something.
He impersonated a parent. He told me he was.
Ooh, good point.
His father.
If I turned my back for a
you talk to
second,
that
he
teacher?
could have left with her. He told everybody
I have another
he was
parent.
her dad.
I have another parent saying he's eyeballing
That's
my
true.
child. Another parent that knows me and knows that's not his kid.
Okay, maybe that is a
Looking at my
crime.
daughter, sir,
That has to be.
Impersonation?
my daughter,
For
Yeah.
sure.
As more horrible truths about Reed Duran's actions are revealed, the anger of everyone involved in the case continues to escalate.
But you have to prove it
Like I said,
in a court of law.
I can't imagine what you're going through, but
there's a lot of
somebody on the
witnesses.
Registry because he went into a school.
He could have walked out with her.
I know. I know he could have, but he didn't.
Doesn't matter. He could have.
So in the
He
eyes
told people.
in the eyes of the law, it does matter.
This is such a tricky situation.
We can't charge somebody for what they may do.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not that tricky.
He
Put him in a
was
room with
the
me.
process of
Dude.
it.
Until the act is committed.
It's really not that.
Then
He was
there's no
telling
crime.
people he is the parent.
Dude.
And I understand
he'll-
that.
You have a
Alright?
daughter
And
too?
there's
I don't have a daughter,
some-
but I
there's
can
some things that I wanna
imagine
look
In
into.
the process of it.
a man like
The
that.
law doesn't see it
A
in the
little
process
Dicky
of
look-alike.
that
Oh.
as a crime. I can't imagine the position you're in. All right.
And I'd be
So,
frustrated. A cop tells me, "Oh, we can't do anything. He's
let
gonna
me
go
have a
home
little bit of
today."
time, but right now, like we can't charge somebody for what they may do.
Pretty clear to me.
Intent
And it's
to
pretty clear to
kidnap.
police as well, especially when they take a look at what Reed has in his possession that doesn't belong to him.
All right, Reed. Obviously, this isn't your paperwork, correct? None of this is, right?
No, this is just.
This is theirs, right? Hand me those. Thank you. What else have you taken from them today?
Nothing.
What's in that bag?
No.
What is it?
Books that I have.
Books? Are those
Kid-
yours books?
Yeah.
Or did you take them from here? Because obviously you're taking something from the kids, and I'm starting to think this is not yours either. Is this yours or not yours? And
Oh
be
my
honest.
god, his lack of answering? Well, that's theft.
He's on
Let me see the books. They should have the library
Have
code.
this.
Whose hat?
mine.
Oh my god, this guy. Cap. Creep.
Why are you taking little kids' paperwork for? What's that all about?
Reed's reasoning for picking up the paperwork is sickening beyond belief. The student's mother is the first to come to the horrific realization of why the paper's missing from her child's desk.
On the desk, which is blanks, for you to fill out and return to us. There's nothing here that's informative.
That's why she didn't have any paperwork
Yeah,
on her
he
name,
picked it up.
because he picked it up.
And that isn't the only thing that Reed took from the classroom.
I'm going to find out if those are your books, but I don't think they are. We'll find out. Because obviously you took some stuff from these kids and got their stuff.
He
It
lied.
appears he took the paperwork meant for a parent to fill out so that he could potentially fill it out himself and pretend that the child was his. And that isn't the only thing that Reed took from the classroom.
So, they're theirs?
There's the school.
They're at schools? Okay. So again, you keep continuously lying to me. Over and over, man. And you expect me to believe your story. This is what I'm saying, dude. Just be clean. You come clean from it, dude. So we can get this over and done with. So we can go home and be done with all this. This is... I think like I said, I think your intentions are different. About damn certain that it was. What were you trying to do?
To be friendly with a kid.
To be friendly with the kids.
What?
You're still gonna live with that. Just be friendly with kids. Are you really having a psychological issue? Were you really trying to get the gene?
Hell no.
Or were you really just trying to get here?
So I was just trying to go over here.
Just trying to come here? Okay. So GMH was never in the question. And that you were just trying to be friendly with the kids, and your intentions were here to just be friendly with the kids.
After this, the officer interviewing Reed and the officer interviewing the administration meet to discuss their findings so far. Unfortunately, they aren't as far along in the case as the parents and administration would like them to be, and they are understandably desperate for justice.
Come goes, yeah, so he says possibly might be schizophrenia.
You need to figure something out right now. You need to figure something out. I'm respecting you. You need to touch it.
Sir.
You need to put him in the car.
Sir, you need to walk away. You need to walk away.
I need you to understand.
Sir,
Look at me.
sir.
I am telling you.
Sir,
Please.
walk that way. Walk that way.
Did you hear me?
Walk that way. Walk that way.
Tell me you heard what I
Walk
said.
that way,
Sir, I'm
sir.
asking.
Walk that way.
Bro.
Damn. Oh, that's so frustrating for the parent.
Sir, let me speak with my partner, please.
But also for the cop, like, what is the cop supposed to do?
Interrupt again, but we got him sitting here, and there's still kids around. He was trying to. We don't know what his intent. Well, we know what his intent was. We didn't do it. Can we at least get him in the car, get him out? All these kids.
So I don't want to put him in the back of the car because then it's
Then it's what?
it's more
You're
of a.
not protecting the kids.
Sir, we are.
I'm calling the students right now.
It's unclear exactly at this point why they cannot put him in the back of the car, but it seems like the officers haven't developed a reasonable suspicion to detain Reed.
What?
This doesn't quite make sense given
They
the
stole-
circumstance. There may
he
be
stole
some
property,
departmental policy
impersonated,
preventing
and
detention
trespassing.
in a vehicle under certain circumstances.
There's all these kids around.
We're trying. We're putting him back in the car. Give us just a few minutes here. That's all I'm asking, so we can put him somewhere. Just not here. Just not
Sir,
here.
it's been almost an hour since he's followed my kid around. He's right here. I know you want me way away from everybody. He's right there. All we're reading about is you want compliance, and I've done the best I can do, sir. our circumstances.
Can you go get the paperwork?
I am doing the best I can do, and he's sitting there.
Step back this way, please.
Dude.
What do you want from me?
I've already asked you to
I asked you to put him in the car. That's all I asked. I didn't say lock him up or whip him. I said put him in the car.
I understand that. Right now, I need you to focus.
Damn,
on I
dude.
need you to break it down just a little bit, sir.
Dude, this guy would snap
Yes, I
Little
do.
Dicky.
We put a restraining order.
His name is Reed, Brennan.
So
Shout out Little
that's not
Dicky,
something
though.
that I can
Big
do
fan of the
tonight.
show. Big fan of him.
Someone that can do something about this gentleman,
Sir.
who was following my
Sir,
daughter around.
I'm working with what I can.
Right there's takeoff charge.
Trying to talk with
Tackle
you,
him.
to talk with the principal, to talk with the other parents involved.
6 people. This is creepy.
Okay, it's not a criminal act to be creepy.
At this point, Reed has stolen items from the students and
Thank you.
pretended
Yeah.
to be a father of a student.
Thank you.
Yeah.
However, the impersonation issue may not be a chargeable offense by itself. Theft certainly is a criminal offense. However, this could be a procedural issue again, where the police don't have quite enough information to establish probable cause to effect an arrest.
It's not a
Oh
criminal,
my.
sir. Sir, God, I hope that you are hearing me say sir and being. I'm about to lose my.
I know, and that's why I'm asking you to
That's me, dude. I'm about
because
to
I know that it's
fucking lose my
aggravating you, and I know it's amping you up. All right, I'm trying to do the things that I can to control the situation.
I would look to my
All right, I'm
wife
trying to
or
get
the
all of the
mom
story.
and just say, give me
I'm
the
trying
green
to
light.
understand what your
I'm
guys'
out.
point of view. My partner's talking with him.
When you write this down, no disrespect. I cannot talk to you anymore, sir. I'm gonna lose my. About 5.
Good for him.
Clearly, no one
that's
is happy
right.
with the situation.
Honestly, good for
at
him to
hand.
walk away.
Though police can't put Reed in the back of a police car, there is something
Oh.
they can do to further the investigation.
Search
with
his car.
Reed's permission, of course.
So you do,
And-
correct? All right. What vehicle is yours?
It's the red Hyundai Sonata.
Red Hyundai Sonata.
Hyundai.
Okay.
Hyundai.
I'm assuming 4-door.
Photo.
Is there any tinted windows or anything like that?
Yeah,
Would you be willing to allow us to look through the car?
that's fine.
Okay.
Oh my- so
Just up there then.
He should have said
While
no.
vehicle
Yeah.
search can be based on probable cause, the issue here is whether they have probable cause of a crime being committed.
But he gave
versus
permission.
Probable cause to search the vehicle. Those
Never
are two
give
different
permission.
inquiries. Asking
Never
permission
even
is an easy
talk to
way
a
to
cop.
avoid any later objections based on a lack of probable cause. Items police are about to uncover within Reed's car will show the extent of
never
the
talk to a
twisted life
cop.
he's been.
Pause. No, I'm saying
If you're guilty of something?
yeah, or not. Because the thing is this: I've also seen videos where innocent people, because they spoke to a cop or gave permission to a cop, the cop goes in and plants something.
Oh, true.
Like, all I'm saying is, and anyone who is watching
But
us
that's not
watch this,
all cops.
no, I think that the baseline knowledge is to don't speak without a lawyer. Don't speak without a lawyer. Why is the cop even pulling you over? Like, you need to know that right away. What is the reason you're being stopped? What is the reason a cop is asking for your identification? You don't need to give them identification unless they have reason to believe that you have committed a crime, or if they're trying to detain you, and they need to verbally share that with you, why you're being detained, all these things. And otherwise you just say, I'm not speaking without a lawyer.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times they also do things before reading you your Miranda rights. And all of that is dismissible in court until they read the Miranda rights. But basically this guy, we don't know what the hell listen, I'm not on the side of the bad guy. Like, let's make that very clear. But from all the videos I've watched here and all the videos I'm sure you guys have watched, they're about to find something in this car, and that's his fault. He should have said, no, I do not give you permission.
Right.
And a lot of the times we think like, oh, by giving permission,
I look
innocent
and cooperative.
But
if you know there's stuff in the car,
that's what I'm saying. This guy's like, this guy's a fucking idiot, but all right.
For quite some time.
I swear, if there's any photos.
An officer
Recovery.
locates something that piques his interest.
What kind
And
of
Reed latches
addiction?
onto it.
You user? You have a thing in there about recovery. You a user? What do you usually use?
Pills.
Meth.
Cocaine.
Cocaine? Okay. When's the last time you used? What else? Okay, what else do you use? Do you use cocaine and something else?
It's like pills.
Pills? What kind of pills?
He doesn't look like a meth head to me.
Downers.
Like variety, basically.
Gotcha. When's the last time you used, my man? This morning? Coke or both?
So,
Both. So I
Oh,
take it that
wow.
you take Coke, you get too high, you take the downer to come down?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you went to recovery before? Because also, like I said, you got recovery books in there.
yeah, and it didn't work out. I mean, it didn't work out long term, I guess.
Is there any Coke in there, any pills, anything in there that we need to know about?
Maybe so.
Where at?
In the trunk.
In the trunk? You give us permission to look in the trunk?
Yeah. You can.
People, you can look in the trunk. So there might be.
Well, now they have
pills in there.
probable cause anyways because
At
he
this
said
point, they
it's
still
in the
haven't
trunk.
But he didn't
established
have
probable
to
cause for a
say-
vehicle search. The officers are being cautious here, so asking for permission to look in the trunk may prove critical.
Yeah.
How much is it going to be? We're talking like an 8-ball? Are we taking just like minuscule amount? What are we talking?
Like 2 grams, probably.
2 grams of Coke? How many pills?
20.
20. And it's just going to be a variety of downers, just like a variety of pills, different ones.
Like
They're
what?
just gonna be all the
What are
same.
downer pills? I'm trying to
They
like
just kind of
I think
variety.
like Percocet,
Vicodin.
Vicodin, yeah.
Where at in the trunk?
I think.
Nope.
I'm
Don't
not an
stand
expert
up.
on
Where at?
pharmaceuticals.
Maybe underneath where the tire thing is, possibly.
Oh, so he was
Maybe-
hiding
maybe
it for
impossible.
sure.
We need to be for sure.
You guys want to search the entire vehicle?
We're searching the vehicle. You're not going to search it. So where is it at? Where is the last time you put it at? Dude, I've caught you in like 30 lies already.
Alright.
So you're pausing. You're trying to think. If you're trying to make up a story, don't. Tell him where it's at so he doesn't have to keep looking. So where's it at? If it's in the trunk, where at in the trunk?
The officer continues to search the trunk and car, but oddly discovers no drugs. However, he does find
What?
something else that is deeply disturbing. Something police will be sure to ask Reed about soon.
Why are you lying to us right now? Now's the time to be truthful, to be honest with me. Okay, you're shaking.
Dude, I wish this
pausing,
video had
thinking.
more
That's
action.
not being honest. Tell me what's going on.
I guess the title makes sense, but
What do you mean you're not in your right mind?
Yeah, for having 11 million views, I was expecting a bit more like
What drugs?
chaos.
yeah.
Like down
I want my
do you mean
jaw to
downers?
drop like holy shit.
What do you
he
take?
did that.
What is your pill of choice?
I think the next video we have is
So I guess you got to stay tuned for that.
You're lying to me. No, addicts know what
You're lying
what
to
their
me.
pill of choice is. Addicts know what their drug of choice is.
it's like an upper.
Okay, other than upper, other than generic common terms, explain to me what your high is.
It's like feeling energetic and like having
what? This guy's
energy to do things.
Okay, you're lying to me.
yeah. This does not
Stop lying
sound.
to me.
Oh
I don't know why
my.
you were lying to me.
This guy's
What he's
this
trying
cop.
to get is a specific drug. A Vicodin, a Percocet,
I don't even
something,
think that
something
he's.
like that.
I don't even think that he's a user. I don't
Yeah,
think you're a
I don't
drug user.
either. I don't either.
I think you're using that as a crutch or as an excuse. So what do
Damn,
you
I
this cop is
agree.
smart, yeah.
Because they didn't find
So
any
what
drugs.
brought
Why
you
would
to
he
St.
say
Croix?
that there's
Was there
drugs in the
did you
car?
drive by, or was there a specific reason that brought you here?
There being a lot of families here.
So you knew there was a lot of families here?
Yeah,
Okay, how did you know there was a lot of families here?
because it's a elementary school.
But it's in the evening.
Yeah, it's in the
It's Monday
evening.
evening. What brought you here?
I looked up the dates that they have for when they are having these kind of events.
Premeditated.
Oh, God.
What was your intent when you were looking that up? What were you trying to do? When you were looking up to see when their events were, to see when people were going to be here, was it people, children, families, what?
Children.
Okay. So
Wow.
you
I
came
can't
here
believe he's being
specifically
so
looking for
truthful.
children.
This cop knows how to
Okay.
interrogate.
All right. Have you ever been in trouble before?
I have not.
Okay. Was there a specific family, or just children in general?
Just in general.
Okay, so you didn't know anybody here.
Just when it seems like police are getting somewhere after this sickening confession, they are once more interrupted. And the most shocking interruption isn't by who you're expecting. However, what the officers are about
dad
to be
comes in.
disturbed with is something that adds another layer of depravity to the case and makes Reed's revolting motives even more clear.
Sir, I'm going to ask you.
I can listen to his answers.
Sir, I'm asking you to step over there, please.
15 feet away.
Sir, step over there. I'm
Dang.
asking you so I can conduct my investigation, sir. If you want all these answers, I need you to stop looking at him. I need you to stop staring at him.
Although the parents are understandably very angry and upset, what they are doing may have unintended consequences. Reed seemed to be just starting to confess, and he may climb up again and not give a full confession now.
I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
Do you
This
mind-
is getting
do you mind-
creepier and creepier.
What is?
There's clothes in the boys' bathroom and the bed. He changed his clothes.
Ma'am, do me a favor.
Sir,
It's just talking about.
Ma'am.
What?
Do me a favor. Can you go with this officer, please? Can you go with this officer, please?
No, I'm not talking to Steve anymore. Put him in the car, sir.
Give us a second. What do you got?
Has he seen her before? Sir. Has he seen her before?
can you please step over there?
Can you please answer me? Has he seen her before?
What do you?
Rapidly, the scene is unraveled around the police.
Oof.
Just
Okay,
as
it's
it
getting
seems like
it's getting
they're
more spicy.
close to
It
getting
is.
Reed to crack.
So there's
Of course, the
clothes?
parents and administrators are horrified by what the discovery of clothing in the bathroom could mean for the
So
innocent
he
children at the
changed?
school. While two officers discuss their findings so far, another journeys into the school to see what Reed left behind in the bathroom.
Were you out there when they searched his car? There's nothing in it. He kept saying there was he's like, I think there's coke and pills in there, and where he said they were, nothing's in there.
What
So,
is this?
he's obviously, clearly an impulsive liar about everything that he does. I mean, obviously he has like a
How would
recovery
he-
book and some stuff like that in there. But other than that, nothing that we found of any significance, so. Is this any of your guys' stuff, or is this all his? Because this is like all Bible verses and stuff like that, so.
Yeah, he asked me to use the restroom. First thing he did. And so there was nobody else here. So I let him come in here and I stood there and made sure nobody else came on. But I did not notice that he had a club when I walked out. Then when he came.
You didn't realize it? Now you changed. Okay.
So he walked in there, changed.
Just making sure nobody came and went.
So this guy's not on some kind of vendors list. That's what I'm kind of shocked about.
Where do you be now? Yeah, is this what do you want?
Unfortunately, I know no one wants to hear this. At this point, he hasn't touched anybody that we're aware of, or done anything to him. Like I said, I know Cecil and Jones are going to look in the ORC a little more and see if they can find anything else to maybe try on him. But right now, it's nothing besides possible.
Dude, if this guy walks home,
I couldn't tell you that.
awful video. It's gonna leave you mad.
Well, we saw at the beginning of the video, he's in an interrogation room later, and he gets tackled by a cop.
Weird. And it started saying,
Did you miss that?
Could have been fake.
After thoroughly searching the clothing and bag that Reed is believed to have left in the bathroom, The police come up seemingly empty-handed.
What the
However,
hell?
Back
We're
at the
being-
conversation with
They
Reed
keep
on the
building it
sidewalk,
up like
they're
what
about
they
to get
discovered.
all the answers they need. Be warned, what you're about to hear is incredibly disturbing.
Can you
Let's-
pick up on your story where you left off with me?
With him?
With me? Or where were you with them?
With him?
Yeah.
Why I was here?
Okay. And why were you here, sir?
Because of kids.
Okay. What do you mean because
What do
of
you mean?
kids?
Because I'm attracted to children.
Okay, so
Oh,
you're attracted to children.
wow.
What were you coming here to do tonight?
Lock him up.
Walk
Lock
me
that
through
man up.
What was going to go on tonight?
Get him help. I don't know, like what he needs to be forced into
Just
a psych ward or
anyone in
something.
particular? Was there a specific?
Just anyone
Get
in
him
particular.
help.
Okay. So
I mean, he
walk me
should-
through-
he-
when you
he
got here,
obviously-
what happened?
Should not be on the streets.
Should not be on the
The
streets.
story that I had a child that was going to school here.
Okay.
But like,
did you give
he
a
needs
name or
psychological
anything
help.
for the child that was going to school? Or?
I said,
It's not gonna be a lot that can.
Okay. How'd you get that?
I just came up with a name that had J in it.
Why did it have to be J?
Just the first name that popped, first letter that popped.
Is that honestly the truth? Because I think you saw that name or came up with that name some other way. So how'd you come up with that name?
Just using it, coming up with a name that goes
Oh, this guy.
with the letter J.
Okay. So why J? What was specific about J?
They said it's like the
Okay. So what about a last name? Did you give a last name for who you were here with? Just answer me. Stop thinking about it. Stop. So did you give a last name?
Yeah.
What was the last name you gave? Okay. So how did you come up with that name?
I researched the people who go that are going here.
There it is.
There it is.
So was it online?
Yeah.
Okay. So you knew that name before you got here.
Gosh, this guy's so
Police and the
frustrating.
family assumed that Reed discovered the child's name from the desk. However, as they're about to learn, the truth of how he discovered the kindergartner's name and posed as her father is much more horrific.
They asked me if I had a kid here, and I told them the name, and then went to the classroom that kid would be going to school. And they said that she'd be going to this class, and so I pretended that it was my kid.
Okay. Did you interact with?
I did not. I just kind of was behind her.
You were behind her.
Yeah, just kind of been near her.
Okay. Were you here for her or for anybody else, or was it multiples?
It was just her.
Just her. All right. Look at
Dude.
that. All right. How'd you pick her?
Just by her.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh,
Was this prior to tonight or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You said
Premeditated.
you were attracted to children. So you're a minor attracted adult. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Perhaps the officer uses the term minor attracted adult to make Reed feel as though his crimes aren't his fault, or aren't
Child
as serious
predator?
as they truly are. Using this phrase, as disturbing as it is, may put Reed at ease, allowing the detective to get more information out of him.
So
Dude.
what was your plan tonight?
To people who
I-
knew her.
Okay.
pause. Wrapped. I honestly can't believe how honest he's being.
He's just a weak human, and he got pressed by another adult male. Like
Yeah,
interrogating
alpha.
him.
Yeah, like an alpha, and he's clearly, but that's so. He's just lacking so much intelligence.
Well, I do think he really is a socially inapt person.
I agree. I'm like, Okay, there's only 7 minutes left, and I know there's a scene where he's in the interrogation room. So let's see.
And what?
Sure.
Okay.
Touch her?
How?
Inappropriately.
What do you mean inappropriately?
Boom! Club to the dome right there as a cop.
Something they do to him.
Gsh, gsh.
Oh my god!
Okay. And what?
Imagine if the dad
What would
heard
be
that.
what would be the purpose in this? Like, why did you want to come here and take her home with you and touch her? Why did you want to do that?
Because it's a desire that I have.
With that gut-churning confession, Reed has sealed his fate. Although, as you'll see in just a few moments, he's going to land himself yet another charge. Not once, but twice. First, however, the
He's done
police
it
have to
before.
get as much information on Reed's past as they can. And those
That's so
brochures
scary,
and maps
dude.
that they discovered he had in his car, they've brought some unsettling questions to the forefront of the officers' minds.
You said you looked online. What did you look at other schools or just this school? Or?
I've looked at other schools.
Okay.
I can't think of which ones I looked at. But
This guy's just burying
Okay.
himself as well, which is
Have you gone to any other
satisfying,
schools?
yeah,
but
What
alarming.
school have you gone
Yeah.
to? What school or schools have you gone to?
I've gone to Chaminade, Julian,
Okay.
because they have, younger
Dude, if they say, have you touched any girls before?
They have what?
And he says
I'm sorry.
yes.
girls there
They have a lot of girls there.
that are young.
Okay. Where else?
Ask the question.
I've been to
Yeah, that would
multiple
be-
cities around the area.
Like, what do you mean by
That would be
is
the
it like in
next
the general area? Is
question.
it further in the state? Do you go out of state? What do you mean by multiple cities?
I've gone to like states that are not states, but cities that are a couple states over.
Okay.
I went to Normanton. I went to Denver Elementary. That's the one I can remember.
What a creep, dude.
Parking places.
Okay.
I've just driven past other schools and stuff.
Okay. Have you ever stopped in any other schools?
Yes.
He already said yeah.
Have you taken girls from any other schools?
Yes.
Okay.
Reed's
No!
disheartening admission that he has kidnapped
Bro.
girls from other schools adds another
No!
layer of horror to this case. This brings up another question that yields a harrowing answer.
All right. So, do you take anything to jog your memory from these other schools? Keepsakes, momentums, anything like that?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you take?
Underwear.
Took a piggy bank, Kermit the Frog. That's like dressed up as a pirate.
Mr. Green it is?
Duran.
What is it?
Duran.
Durant. Sorry. Apologize. Would you be willing to come down to the station and talk with us some more?
Yeah, that's
Okay. All right. Yeah, why don't you come on?
Finally, police are able to bring Reed to the Justice Center for questioning.
I don't know why they even had
Things
to
are about
ask.
to take an insane turn. Notice they don't have him in handcuffs when he's placed in the car. It seems like police have enough for a
Did they
detention,
pat him
but not an
down?
arrest. This
What if he
enters
has a
gray
knife or a
area
gun?
Where an arrest, if not justified, contained anything learned during the drive to the station. Therefore, by asking him to voluntarily come down to the station, it can be
Whack.
argued that his participation in any
Whack.
questioning was voluntary.
He
and not a
literally said
custodial
he's
interrogation.
molested girls.
His future statements can potentially remain admissible.
Like, what
under
happened to those
these
girls? What happened?
circumstances.
What if he
He
could have?
swings from
Yeah.
side
What if
to
they're
side
missing?
in his chair, presumably overcome with anxiety. Soon he makes a terrible decision he'll likely regret.
What is he? He's about to grab the pen.
Oh, he goes for the...
The cop or himself?
No, I saw this little snapshot somewhere on social media.
Put your hands behind your back now. Okay.
What was he trying to accomplish there?
Dude, he's psychologically just so messed up.
Are you kidding me right now?
I would have tased his ass.
Dude, good on that cop. Imagine if you're not paying attention and you get
His
stabbed in
attempt
the
to enter
neck
the
with a
officer
pen.
lands him with charges of felonious assault and escape. At Greene County Jail, Reed makes some disturbing confessions. He tells officers that he intended to give the girl he wanted to kidnap a Starburst candy with a tranquilizer in it, then remove her from school after she passed out. Disturbingly
my
so, when
gosh.
police frisked
That's what he
Reed
did
before
to
putting him in the cruiser. They discovered a bag with a Starburst inside it. According to the department, it wasn't found to have any illicit substances laced in it. Reed was put under arrest immediately after attempting to assault the officer on the scene, and from there, his desperation only grew. At his arraignment, his fingerprints, DNA, and photo were taken, but he refused to allow these to be collected. Instead of complying, he made yet another bad decision.
Dude.
So, right 4 fingers.
Are we serious, dude?
What? I don't. This is like comical. Like,
His
what
attempt
is?
to flee raises an eerie question. Did Reed fear that providing his DNA would expose previous offenses?
Oh.
It seems that only time will tell. In September 2022, he pleaded not guilty to attempted kidnapping, felonious assault, and escape. In February of 2023, he was deemed competent to stand trial. At the time of this video's posting, it's unknown when the trial will take place. At the very least,
What?
it
Oh, 'cause
seems
this
he
was-
will be incarcerated for a long, long time.
Dude, I
Okay,
just
hold
got
on.
the chills. But
Me too. Hold on.
should we update like Google?
Let me sort by newest comments. He actually beat the charges due to temporary insanity. Someone who knows more can maybe dig it up. He is serving 8 to 12 for trying to stab the officer with a pen. So at least he's off the streets.
I will never have children through my choice, but I know my parents each day. This is wild.
What?
Dude.
Let me see what some of the top comments are.
Younger, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He confesses to the cops willingly, goes down to the station, and then tries to escape. What?
34,000 likes.
Yup. Update 1 month ago, he was found not guilty of attempted kidnapping by reason of insanity, but assaulting the officer landed him 12 years, 8 of which are to be spent in the mental health facility. That is so messed up.
Whack.
He should be doing
The thing
more
is, he
time.
confessed to kidnapping other girls.
Yeah, but without proof, you can't just, like, I can't walk into a police station and say I murdered 10 people and then go to prison for life. Like, there has to be proof. There has to be, like, wow, dude. This is so sickening. The main thing that's sickening is, like, how close he was. And the fact that he's done it before. It's like, how do you not know that there aren't missing girls in different
how many
states
times?
that he lured, sexually assaulted, and then murdered? Like, we don't know.
Like, no one asked what were you planning to do after the sexual situation.
Yeah, what did you do to those other girls that you admittedly drugged and essayed?
That is wild, dude. I mean, that video was good.
But yeah,
it wasn't great.
I thought it was gonna be. I thought there would be more spice to it.
Yeah.
I thought there would be more action, and
I mean, it is true crime in a way, but it's not like the true crime that maybe you would think of initially when you hear the word true crime.
Well, no, that's not true at all. I think true crime is all crime. Like, true crime is just a blanket statement for crime that has.
No, I know, but if you ask surveyed 100 people.
Let me see. Let's just Google what is true crime. I'm curious. True crime is a nonfiction genre that examines real-life crimes and the people involved.
Exactly, but...
Yeah, it can also go into things like serial killers, cult leaders.
But what was his crime?
Well, he ended up attempting to murder a police officer.
Exactly. The last 30 seconds of this entire show was the crime?
Yeah, but that's...
What true crime is this? Trying to assault someone who's already at the jail with a pen? That is...
No.
This is should not be considered true
crime. True crime, you're a lot of the true crime, a lot of videos that are true crime videos, the video doesn't start with the crime being committed. That's the point of the video. It's the buildup. It's like, how did we get here? It's learning backstories. It's all of that takes us on the story, on the journey. Sometimes it'll start with like a murder happened, and now let's figure out who did it and how, and it'll follow that. But I don't think there's like a right or wrong chronological order in which the true crime is committed for it to be considered a true crime video.
I mean, if we're playing devil's advocate, technically this title's wrong because he has never been found guilty of being a child predator. It's technically an opinion.
No, that he hasn't been committed, but he...
So you're saying it's not a crime to be a child predator?
No, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying just because he wasn't found guilty for this one case, he admitted to being a child predator.
Exactly where our justice system is screwed up.
I know, but I'm just saying this title is actually correct because he admitted to being a child predator.
But yeah, that's why our system is so screwed.
You're right.
He was caught in the act and had no repercussion. Zero.
Yeah, you're right.
Zero.
You're right.
Had he not tried to stab a cop with a pen.
That's what I'm saying. He'd be out on the streets right now.
Oh!
Popping into other schools.
What do you guys think? I want to hear comments because, like...
Yeah.
I don't know. I think this is a whack-ass video.
Yeah.
This is the worst true crime video I've ever watched. And I've probably seen 100. Yeah.
No way.
But then again, let me be clear. I don't watch true crime on YouTube. Typically, it's on like trending stuff that is advertised to me. Netflix, HBO, like documentaries, right? True crime documentaries.
I mean, the thing is this.
This is the worst I've ever seen.
True crime, I think your expectation, maybe you're like looking for something specific, but true crime is going to be
I agree. But this is the worst out of that wide range that I've ever seen.
Okay, what is the best?
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh, so you're talking about a Netflix documentary?
A true crime, yeah. Huh. Or the one about the wife who was pushed down the stairs and the husband.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I watched that one.
That was a great true crime. I mean, there's so many. The Stacey Peterson.
Yeah.
Or Lacey Peterson.
Yeah.
Or the one where the guy put his family in the water tower in the back.
Yeah. Yeah.
In like Utah or Arizona or something. Those are crazy.
Those are a little bit different though, because those are like just straight up documentaries. Like how much time, like they were created for entertainment purposes, right? The videos that we're watching is legit just body, like
no. Some of the ones I mentioned were just pure body cam only. The one about the one I just mentioned last, where they came and spoke to the guy, and he's totally normal. It was like, came home from work, my family was gone, and it went on for years, and they found his body, all their family's body, and like kids and daughters in the back under like a water tower, like, and it was all body cam.
Where'd you watch it?
It was like on one of those like TV channels that are like old school real. What are they called? True Crime TV? Is that a channel?
Maybe. Yeah, no. Either way, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think, like, sure, that you would have wanted more action.
Yeah, and you don't have to defend, it's okay to have opinions. I think this is the worst I've ever seen. I'm just curious on what other people think.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I just think that there's no way of knowing if the video is going to be action-filled or not. It's just going to be a wide range.
Yeah, I mean, this is sickening, and like I was really frustrated watching it, but
and clearly 11 million views.
I know.
So, and 56,000 comments. That's insane.
Right.
But yeah, I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say. Yeah. All right, we're gonna watch some more content, and so hit the sub button. We got more reactions, more true crime coming, and appreciate you guys watching with us.
I maybe want to start rating these for myself out loud, see what people think. If people disagree, that's cool. If we want to debate it, that's cool too.
You should. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Peace, y'all.